With that, let's also welcome Mr. Chirayu Thakkar, foreign policy expert on Nation Tonight. Mr. Thakkar, good evening, namaskar. Welcome to Mirror Now. Let me first ask you, this is perhaps one stern message that India has given out this time around when it comes to Canadian allegations regarding Khalistanis or Canadian support to Khalistani terrorists on their soil. How much of that actually works in diplomacy?
Good evening, Shreya. Thank you for having me. I think both of us know that there is a limit to naming and shaming, and especially given the kind of political turmoil Trudeau's ship is right now. I was just looking at the numbers. The latest polls that came in 5 days ago, Trudeau's popularity is rock bottom right now with 66% disapproval. In the entire democratic world, there is no leader so much unpopular as Justin Trudeau. And this shows a mere act of desperation, whatever Trudeau is doing right now with this Khalistani issue. And whatever India might say, it is not going to have an impact. But I would like to raise one more point, Shreya. Uh, Whatever India may or may not say, that's a different story. But what is the signal that is coming out of Ottawa today is that the Liberals and the NDP would stand up in the parliament and pay their tributes to one life just because it matters to them politically, but they would not extend the same courtesy to 300 victims just because the victims, they do not mean anything politically to them. So everything that Trudeau and his allies in the parliament they do, their single calculus is what is going to help us in the elections next year. And this this is creating a mess. This is bringing disrepute to Trudeau, to Canada, which was once considered a liberal heaven, which is now more seen as a terror heaven. Anyone can go and find support there, or safe haven there, so far as they are bringing votes to the governing party. No rule of law, and no matter what the world is going to say about rule of law or of terrorism, that is not going to impact the prime minister right now because he is looking at elections.
Yeah, Chirayu Thakkar, it's interesting because Justin Trudeau, while giving that minute silence, observing that minute silence in the Canadian Parliament for Niger, he's also tweeted on the 39th anniversary of the Kanishka bombing, paying his condolences to the victims. But clearly his words and actions don't match. Everybody can see that whatever he's been tweeting doesn't really match what he's doing on ground in his policies, in his support for Khalistani elements on Canadian soil. And the irony of then listing India as a threat in your countries of threat list.
Well, I don't know if the Khalistanis, they would say that put India on the list of A, B, C, X, Y, Z, anything. Justin will do anything. This is what the current situation of Canadian politics is, and no one who understands political signaling would ever compare all liberal MPs, NDP MPs standing up and paying their respect to one individual. And I would like to point this out that when the deputy prime minister was doing a press interview, even Canadian press asked them that why are you standing up in the parliament for an individual whose bank accounts you had frozen just before his death? He was on a no-flying list. And mind you, it is not the Indian government who froze his bank account. It was not the Indian government who put him on no-fly list. It was the Canadian government. The Trudeau administration considered him a terrorist. And just now it suits you, you are standing up and paying tributes to him, and that would not amount to a mere tweet. If both would have been at parity, if you are tweeted for both, that would have made sense. If you have stood up for both, that would have made sense. But there is a clear hierarchy, a political signaling who matters to us in the administration. And at this moment, it is unfortunate that perpetrators of terror matter to more to Canada compared to the victims of violence.